For 25 years, I've been designing and building these large-scale frameworks for public engagement with cultural heritage. Initially at Museum Victoria, I then started to work with universities to help sustain this kind of research and its infrastructure at the forefront of computer graphics. We built a laboratory in Hong Kong with 8 large-scale systems, the Applied Laboratory for Interactive Visualization and Embodiment. I then returned to Australia to build this center, the Expanded Perception and Interaction Center at UNSW. And just so you know what you're looking at here on the right-hand side of the screen, it's a small 7-meter diameter panorama system. It's comprised of 56 projectors and a 29 computer cluster. It's 120 million pixels in 3D. It's at the edge of human visual acuity, and it was designed to solve visualization problems for complexity in big data in the humanities, but also in the sciences. And of course, you see a science-based content there. Our partner laboratory in Hong Kong, the Visualization Research Center, and in Switzerland, I have built 12 large-scale systems that offer us strategies for multi-sensory engagement and give us powerful ways to reformulate narrative in a digital context, emphasizing human-to-human as well as human-to-machine interaction. And we blend experimental curatorship and contemporary aesthetics with open science, digital humanism, and emerging technologies. We also have spin-out companies from this. This is the company Immersive Unlimited Limited with a show we did at the Hong Kong airport recently. So it's high fidelity, rich content, deep immersion, and socially engaged systems for mass public. And our research harnesses technologies that have unprecedented abilities to capture the world around us. Laser scanning, for example, collects billions of points to represent places, such as these heads at Mount Rushmore scanned by the Scottish 10. We can create precious objects in 3D and peer inside to see what was previously unseen. We can also capture art in a way that lets us zoom into the tiniest brushstroke and reveal more than the naked eye can see. What you're looking at here is a camera array photography image of a 1,000 square meter 19th century canvas. The resulting image is 1.6 trillion pixels, so it's double the size of the largest digital object ever made before, of a classic Swiss national icon of a battle scene. So these systems allow you to engage with the materiality of the object in new ways. We use a lot of photogrammetry on site. This is Nefertari's tomb, and the power of these tools today means that with just one guy, one camera, and 4,000 photographs, you can produce models of exceptional fidelity. We have a robotic photogrammetry tool for doing highly accurate, repeatable photogrammetry. So if we're talking about the preservation of cultural data, we're also talking about the quality of this data. And then in my own work, I've been working extensively on what they call intangible cultural heritage. I won't talk about it today, but this is an example of a longitudinal project with South Chinese Kung Fu masters and their whole repertoire, as well as the traditions, Chinese traditional medicine, and so on. Just to give you a little insight into the work we've been doing in India. So I've been coming here since 2005, place Hampi. I was invited to work there for France-India Year exhibition. And this ultimately became a big exhibition on the cultural imaginary at Hampi, and the museum was built just 25 kilometers from the site at the JSW township there at Vijayanagar. Those are just images from that museum. Up in Nagaur in Rajasthan for the Maharaja of Jodhpur, this installation in Nagore Fort. At the CSMVS, the former Prince of Wales Museum in Mumbai, a full dome work on the the architectural wonders of Mumbai with its Indo-Saracenic and Neo-Gothic style architecture, as well as the largest number of or concentration of Art Deco buildings of a major city. This allowed about 2,000 people a day to come and rediscover their city with fresh eyes. Together with the Anagu elders and the National Museum of Australia, we created a work for the Songlines exhibition. This is where we worked with the artists. These are jumpy figures, ancestral beings for the Seven Sisters. It's a ceremony where they're being sung off the land because they're being collected by the National Museum of Australia. They painted a whole series of images for the full dome, which led to a full dome work. And you'll be able to see this work now at Humayun's Tomb Museum. And the Songlines exhibition opened last week there. Then this work, which has actually just been installed at the World Expo in Osaka, 800,000 people use this system. It's a generative AI speculative futures work based on a database of science of 2,100 scientists, which predicts the future in 5, 10, and 25 years. It's embedded with all those wonderful conversations around AI, ethics, bias, and so on. And this will come to Bangalore at the Science Gallery in April next year. So the topic of the day, Buddhist heritage, and then ultimately the work that we will create at Buddhavanam. I just wanted to start here in an earlier project at the Dongwang Caves in the Gobi Desert of northernmost China. The nexus of the Silk Road, as they say. This World Heritage Site has 492 caves carved into this escarpment. Inside, 45,000 square meters of painted frescoes and over 2,000 stucco statues, crafted by Buddhist monks over a period of 1,000 years. This sublime art treasury is like nothing else in the Chinese Buddhist world. So most of these caves are closed to the public to ensure their preservation, and the digital is the only mode of visitation in an era, we could say, that is characterized by heritage at risk. These caves are under serious threat from what I would call microclimate change, that's rising visitor numbers.